It's volleyball time in East Central Ohio. From AVC Sports and YRPtv on YouTube and Facebook, YourRadioPlace.com. Now, let's go courtside for our pregame show. High school volleyball from AVC Sports.
Good evening, volleyball fans. Welcome to high school volleyball here on YRPtv. Tonight, we've got regional semifinal action and Division 6. Your Shenandoah Zeps, record of 21-4, taking on the Newark Catholic Green Wave. Newark Catholic comes in with a record of 23-0 and has been ranked near the top of the state all year. I'm Jeff Stevens along with Brett Klein, and we have this winner of this game tonight will advance to Saturday afternoon and will play the winner of a game going on right now down at Wellston between South Webster and Lucasville Valley. And we'll try to keep people updated on that game as we go. But, Brett, we saw the Zeps last week in the game there in district final at Cambridge, and they played an extremely good game. And I think, they're going to have to be on top of their game again tonight, because watching this Newark Catholic team warm up, they're pretty good. They're 23-0 for a reason.
They definitely look like the real deal, Jeff. And taking a quick look at Shenandoah's tournament run to get here to the Sweet 16 and the regional semifinals here in Winland Gymnasium. They started with a very tough win against the Garaway Pirates, and as we were talking about in the broadcast we did for Highland at Shenandoah, which is available on YourRadioPlace.com, YRPtv on YouTube or Facebook. Pick your poison, you'll be able to rewatch it just like you can rewatch this game at any point in time. But they played the Garaway Pirates, who gave Highland their only loss of the season, and Monroe Central defeated Garaway in 5 sets. And then they turned around and faced MOVL opponent Monroe Central, and they won that game pretty easily, 3-1. And then a game they won even more easily, which was a little bit of a surprise to me, because I expected there to be a bit closer. As nice as I can put it, I expected that game to be a lot closer. They defeated the Highland Hawks, who were the 1 seed in that East bracket, 3 sets to nothing. So, you have a 3-set sweep over the top seed in the East, and now you're here in the regional semifinals against an undefeated Newark Catholic Green Wave team.
And looking at the Newark Catholic stat, in 23 matches, they have lost only 5 sets.
5 sets.
5 sets.
Sets.
On that. Now,
undefeated.
We talked last week how Highland, came into that game at Cambridge having lost only 6 sets for the year. Well, they went home having lost 9 sets for the year. So that's a challenge. And obviously, when you get to this level, everybody's good. It always amazes me part-time. People say, well, who do they play? Are they any good? Well, yeah, this is the regional tournament. Everybody here is pretty good.
Yeah, and, we look at Newark Catholic, an undefeated season. Obviously, with the location difference, these two not really many common opponents. In fact, no common opponents at all. But you look around at the statistics of both of these teams and what they've been able to do on the year, and you'll hit it here in a second. Newark Catholic has very good players, and they rely on a handful to get the job done.
I want to look, here also, just go down the Shenandoah's roster. Sometimes, again, some of these young ladies who aren't in the main 8 or 9 or 10 that's going to play, but they're at practice in the JV team. Just looking at their 12-player roster that we have in front of us here, Shayla Holcomb, Emma Daly, Kylie Knoll, Molly Van Fleet, Addie Harbaugh, Brenna Leach, Sophie McVicker, Alyssa Crum, Natalie Geen, Liberty McKee, Josie Hooks, Natalie Archer, and also there would be probably mainly JV players, Logan Sealock, Biona DeVald, Alexis Lee, Haley Hupp, Maya Cater, and Braylyn Wukelich. And that's the players that have been with the Zeps all year. Head coach Megan Growalski and assistants Reagan Flood and J.C. Clifton.
Yeah, hey, want to give a quick update. We talked about bringing you periodic updates of the game going on between South Webster and Valley. That game has now been tied at 1 set apiece. Jeff and I have a broadcast of the Southern Ohio Sports Authority pulled up. They have that game on YouTube, and so we're kind of watching it a little bit here and there to make sure we keep updated to see who's going to be the opponent between that game and this game, which is going to set off here in about 8 minutes. So we're going to keep our eyes posted, and hopefully have an answer here within the next maybe 30, 40, 50 minutes.
Looking at Shenandoah, also just some numbers of some of their players and some stats. Some people aren't big into stats, but I think some key numbers here. Brenna Leach for the Zeps wears number 7, 495 kills at the net for the year. That's 5.3 kills per set. She's also been credited with 25 blocks. Also, Molly Van Fleet, who had a fine game last week. They're 288 kills and a team high 47 blocks. Alyssa Crum, 115 kills. Addie Harbaugh, 95 kills. And also Sophie McVicker has 22 blocks at the net. Serving points, Alyssa Crum, 247 points and 58 aces. She serves at 96.3%. Liberty McKee, 205 points, a 95% success rate. Emma Daly, 178 points. Molly Van Fleet, 170 points. Brenna Leach, 146 points. And Shayla Holcomb, 142 points. And she had a really good game at the service line last week. In the back row, then, Brenna Leach, over 400 digs, along with Shayla Holcomb. And the setters, they do a great job up front there. Alyssa Crum, 527 assists for the year, and Emma Daly, who's just a freshman, 389 assists. For Newark Catholic, we're going to see number 7, Leah Cottle, is one of their big hitters at the net, 239 kills and 52 blocks. And also number 4, Sophia Basham, who has 185 kills and 83 blocks. And they have a girl at the service line, number 15, Natalie Harrington, who has served 99 aces for the year and 287 points. So obviously, this Newark Catholic team, they wouldn't be 23-0 without some great numbers on the stat sheet. Let's go ahead and hit also our sponsors here, Brett, one time before we get started here. And we thank these people for coming on board. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swim Away Pool and Spa, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Doane Ford, King Carpet, Center Drive-Thru, Sue Snowd State Farm, and Caldwell Food Center. Stop in and say thank you to those people for sponsoring high school sports, and in particular our high school volleyball tonight.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't know, Jeff, is, we get to these levels of tournament and, the cost, especially for us, goes up because we don't have a say, but the OHSAA says if you want to do these games, you got to pay us, and there's really not too much we can really do about that, which is a little unfortunate. So, to get these sponsors on this game, man, it is so appreciated, and it means so much that we have the support of local businesses for local female athletes, especially, tonight and tomorrow. We have a game tomorrow at Pickerington North for Riverview versus Meadowbrook. So it just means the world for these sponsors to jump on and really help support not only, us as a company, but to me, it's supporting the local athletes in the area, showing that they have support from area businesses and a place that if they go back and watch, guess what? They can see who's supporting them.
Well, I say along with the people who we appreciate that's watching us and listening to us live at this moment, we know that a lot of people who are in attendance here at Zanesville High School, the players and their parents and the other fans, they'll go home tonight and maybe watch it tonight once they get home or sometime in the next day or two, and maybe they're still watching that Highland game from last week.
That was my favorite thing to do. But, if I knew I was on a broadcast, I'd go back, I'd find myself and watch.
But that's and as you said, some of the girls' sports just does not get the coverage as the boys' sports do. So it's great, to come forward here and follow the Zeps, and also tomorrow night the Colts, and hopefully they can advance to the next round on Saturday and beyond, and because It's something that, these kids, they're girls, but they're athletes and they're students, and they deserve all the credit that they get. And it's going to be nice to go out and tell some of these young ladies, hey, thank you for your effort. Absolutely.
Well, Jeff, I believe we were getting ready for the national anthem here at Winland Gymnasium, and I believe we are going to cut away to the PA here in the gymnasium, and then following the national anthem, it'll go right into starting lineup. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
A great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served this great country to defend these freedoms, you are invited to stand and sing our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Association extends to each of you a cordial welcome to this Division VI volleyball tournament game between Shenandoah High School and Newark Catholic High School. The officials assigned to this game have met all the requirements set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been selected for their important role through a system approved by the Board of Directors and includes the involvement of coaches and athletic administrators at participating schools. The officials for tonight's game are first referee, Elizabeth Z. Hopp. And your second referee, Jody Miles. Your line judges this evening, Doug Patterson and Becky Hill. The student athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, and you are requested to treat them with respect in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Now let's meet the coaches who have led their teams through this match. Head coach of the Green Wave, Katie Hill. And head coach of the Zeps, Megan Grywalski. Now let's meet Newark Catholic. Number 1, Christiana Scarcella. Number 2, Leah Cox. Number 5, Lily Anderson. Number 9, Braylon Lang. Number 10, Johnny Whitney. Number 12, Mackenzie Gebhardt. Number 13, Ella McKinstry. And now let's meet your starters. Number 3, Veronica Bailey. Number 4, Sophia Basham. Number 7, Leah Cottle. Number 8, Aubrey Winters. Number 11, Layla Jones. Number 14, Sydney Gummer. And number 15, Natalie Harrington. Let's hear it one more time for Leah. Now let's meet the Shenandoah Zeps. Number 1, Logan Seelock. Number 4, Kylie Knoll. Number 10, Natalie Dean. Number 11, Liberty McKee. Number 12, Haley Huff. Number 13, Josie Hooks. Number 15, Natalie Archer. And now let's meet your starters. Number 2, Shayla Holden. Number 3, Emma Daly. Number 5, Molly Van Fleet. Number 6, Allie Harper. Number 7, Joe Leach. Number 8, Sophie McVicker. Number 9, Alyssa Clark. Let's get it one more time for the Zeps.
And time to get this one underway here at Winland Gymnasium at Zanesville High School. Shenandoah Zeps, the number 2 seed out of the Eastern District and the Eastern District champions, against the Central Division's number 1 seed and Central champion, the Newark Catholic Green Wave.
I think we're in for a good one tonight, Jeff, and a very quick update before we get into the game. That game is 1-1 between South Webster and Valley. South Webster currently with a 14-11 lead. So we'll see how that game ends up in that third set as we get ready for our first set here in the Sweet 16. We did some observations earlier, Jeff, and we believe Shenandoah won the toss. What we couldn't figure out past that is what was the result of that?
Guessing that they will serve first. They'll start out, the starting group there, as you heard announced there, Emma Daly, Molly Van Fleet, Addie Harbaugh, Brenna Leach, Sophie McVicker, and Alyssa Crum. The libero, Shayla Holcomb, will enter here as soon as the officials are ready. When you get to this level, it's always a key to how your setters handle things as far as getting the ball to your big hitters at the net, and that's something that we feel like Shenandoah did an excellent job against Highland. They gave the ball to their hitters, and their hitters put it away. So we're ready to get started here, and looks like Alyssa Crum first up on the serve line for the Zeps, and here we go. Again, set at the net to the outside. And there's a quick hit over the net there by number 15. That's Natalie Harrington. Everybody kind of flat-footed. I think they're looking for the set, and she just went up with the left hand and slapped it down and scored the point.
Yeah, smart play when people are definitely on edge to start this game, and a ball that goes right into the middle of the floor.
Harrington is on the serve for the Green Wave. Again, this is going to take a hit from the back row by Leach. Outside hit by the Green Wave. Harbaugh with the big hit, and it hits the standard up above and goes down. We'll give Addie Harbaugh a kill.
Typically, you don't see that because this gym is rather tall. It's a pretty big-sized gymnasium.
There's a netting up there that they can use to separate practices.
Dividers,
or gym class,
yes.
Dividers, and they hit that and drop straight down, so that gives the point to the Zeps. Here's a big hit and a point there. That's Sophia Basham. That was off a serve from Liberty McKee. She will now check out, and Josie Hooks will enter the game for the Zeps along the back row.
Big hit there from the Green Wave. This is going to be one of the more powerful teams I believe Shenandoah has gone up against all year.
Sophia Basham is the number 2 on the team in kills for Newark Catholic. Layla Jones on the serve, and the hit by the Zeps, too strong, out of bounds. 3-1 Newark Catholic. That's the first point anybody has scored off of their own service. Again, strong serve. Hit from the outside, blocked at the net. Kept alive. Big hit. That's off the Zeps and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Shenandoah right now in the early parts of this first set, and of course it's the beginning of the game, there's definitely time to change this, but their service reception is just struggling just a tiny bit, not able to get the service set up that they want. Their setters just kind of trying their best.
Layla Jones on the serve. Gives Leach a chance on the outside, kept alive by the Green Wave. Soft hit, and we got a net violation. That's on the Green Wave, and that will be point Shenandoah.
First net violation of the match going in favor of the Zeps. 4-2 lead for the Green Wave.
Molly Van Fleet to the service line for Shenandoah. Set at the net. Kept alive well by Crum. Blocked at the net. It's going to take a hit from the back row. A rather lengthy rally here. Big hit. Again, kept alive by the Zeps. Both teams doing a really nice job keeping this ball in play.
Yeah, a really long rally here to get the game started.
And the ball from the far side and is out of bounds. And that will be point for the Green Wave. When you get those long rallies there, that's ones, boy, you really wish you had a way you get to win that point. That's 5-2 now in favor of Newark Catholic.
Yeah, definitely tough for both teams because, I mean, that just goes on and on and on. And luckily the players are nice and fresh because of how early it is, but not something you want to try and continue throughout the game.
Left-handed serve. Ball blocked at the net, hit deep. Again, Zeps having trouble, but they finally get it over. A nice job there, but it leaves an open court, and that's a hit. And that's a big point. The one thing you can see on Newark Catholic, they have a variety of people at the net, and they're all very effective. There's a hit at the top. That's Leach, and that's her first kill of the night. Ball hit the top of the net and dropped over. Christiana Scarcella was the server there for the Green Wave. Emma Daly now steps to the line for the Zeps. Hit to the outside. The ball's blocked, but goes out of bounds. That'll be Leah Cottle on that kill. And I have the Green Wave already with 4 different players have recorded kills at the net of their 7 points.
Yeah, their defense is definitely going to be the toughest that Shenandoah has gone up against, but, I mean, that's no surprise. As you're at this level, you're going to have tougher play every single game that you have, whether it's the regional final, state final, you name it. There's definitely, the competition from here only gets better.
There's a service error by Sydney Gummer, first one of those tonight. A long hit out of bounds by the Green Wave, point Zeps. Brenna Leach is at the service line. That's now 5 for the Zeps, 5 serving 7. Again, not controlled well there by the Green Wave. Leach from the back row, blocked at the net. And thrown down right at the front of the net by Leah Cottle of the Green Wave.
That was a smart heads-up play. She knew that nobody was there, and, you know, her eyes are, that's where she's looking, and she knows exactly what she wants to do there. It's a great play by the Green Wave to, you know, get an easy point.
That ball was just a little bit strong on the set there by the Zeps, and those middle hitters love that when you can get one like that. From the outside, Crum, and again, there's a little left-handed shot by the Green Wave, and that's been effective 2 different times tonight. And that increases Newark Catholic's lead to 9-5. Veronica Bailey to the service line. And it's out of bounds, and that is 2 service errors in a row by Newark Catholic.
That was quite a close call, but you have that line judge looking down there, so good heads-up play by Brenna Leach to be out of the way.
Molly Van Fleet back in the front row now for the Zeps. And there's number 7 with that big hit. That's Cottle. On the outside, and that's a big hit there by number 15. That's Natalie Harrington.
It seems like every Shenandoah point, Newark Catholic's doing a good job of having some sort of response, whether it's a big hit, smart play, or any form of offense against the Zeps.
Van Fleet at the net, kept alive. Blocked by Van Fleet, but she's able to keep it alive. Harbaugh at the hit, but again, Green Wave do a nice job. Daly set for Van Fleet and goes out of bounds. That is a point. (11-6), Newark Catholic. Cottle with the serve. Again, blocked at the net. Zeps just not able to, and a little miscommunication, but they finally get the ball somehow over the net. A big hit at the net, but that's Natalie Harrington once again, number 15. And timeout, Zeps. 12-6, Newark Catholic. We'll step aside for a quick message.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
Back here at Winland Gymnasium at Zanesville High School. Good time out there by the Zeps. Just a chance there just to settle the nerves. Right now the ball's being controlled by the Green Wave on their side of the net. They've given their hitters many more opportunities than the Zeps have thus far. So we saw this in set one against Highland. Highland ran out to a lead in set one last week, and then once Shenandoah kind of got things back together, they ran with it.
Yeah,
so,
they utilized the timeouts well against Highland, and you look at what they did coming off of it. Obviously, the tough part about this matchup is defensively, Newark Catholic is very good. They have some good height at the net, and they're utilizing that well.
And there's a service ace by Leah Cottle. The ball again is in the back row, just not handled. A good line drive set there. At the outside hard ball, but the ball's blocked right back and goes to the floor, and that is another point for Newark Catholic. And in a game of momentum early on is all Newark Catholic. Crum with the set it tonight, right at the net for Van Fleet. And Molly Van Fleet gets her first kill of the night, and that kind of stems the tide a little bit and gets the ball back to the Zeps now for Alyssa Crum to the service line. A back set, ball's deflected at the net, and the Zeps just not able to make the play. Well, you can tell right here, Brett, they'd like to go to this outside here on the right side quite a bit.
Absolutely, and if you have the power and the intelligence to get it exactly where you want it, I don't see why not.
This is Natalie Harrington, who just got credit for that kill. Harbaugh's hit on the far side. Ball's at the net. I think that ball I don't think it was blocked as much as it hit the net and come right back down. And that will be point Shenandoah.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one, Jeff. That was definitely tried to hit it, but hit it straight down.
Well, Natalie Harrington with 5 kills already for Newark Catholic. Her name's at the top of almost every stat sheet. Liberty McKee in with the service now for the Zeps. Ball's deflected out of bounds. No, it wasn't deflected. I thought from here it looked like it was deflected. I guess I've got a bad angle. I think I'm the only one here that thought that.
So hey, it's your first time here in a while. I'll give you that one.
So it is point Shenandoah. First point off the Liberty McKee's service. Zeps need to put together 2 or 3 in a row off of a serve. On the far side, number 4. There's Leach, and she puts it down. Brenna Leach with her second kill of the night, and that is the first time, I believe, tonight that the Zeps have scored 2 points in a row off of their service.
I believe you are correct, Jeff.
Again, good deep serve. Holcomb keeps that alive. Third hit has to go over. Blocked at the net. And deflected, goes down inbounds. That's Layla Jones. And by my count, that is now the 5th different Newark Catholic player to record a kill. And we're early in set 1.
When you're Newark Catholic, to have options like that, that is kind of what you're doing to go undefeated and be here in the Sweet 16.
Lila Jones with the serve, not handled well. Serve receiving, such a key element to this game. Again, just barely getting over the net, but put down at the net there by Sydney Gummer. Again, the ball not controlled well by the Zeps, and it just hung right there at the top of the net, and Sydney Gummer goes up and puts it down, 18-10 Newark Catholic. Again, just over the top of the net. Excellent serve. Ball's blocked at the net. Zeps keeping this alive. On the outside, and that's a big hit right there. That's Sydney Gummer again. And Newark Catholic about to get this game under control. Set one, leading 19-10. The ball deflected at the net, but goes to the ground on the Newark Catholic side. And that will be point for the Zeps. Molly Van Fleet serves for the Zeps. And a big hit, and that's going to sail way out of bounds there by Sophia Basham.
She must have tried to hit that one back to Newark. That was quite quite forceful hit.
Van Fleet, good strong serve, kept alive, but not controlled real well. Leach on the outside, but into the net. 20-12. Christiana Scarcella back on for Newark Catholic to serve. She's one of their seniors. Lefty. Blocked right back at the net. I think you'd have to give credit to number 7, Caudell, for that one. Another Zep timeout. 21-12 Newark Catholic. Back in 30 seconds.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
With each set, you get 2 timeouts. Zeps have used both of theirs to try to slow down the momentum of Newark Catholic. And thus far, Newark Catholic's just doing a better job of keeping the ball in play and setting up their hitters at the net.
Yeah, this is the toughest team, and of course, I'm going to say this multiple times tonight, probably sound like a broken record, but Newark Catholic is by far the best team that Shenandoah has faced this year, and the struggle that they're currently experiencing is the fact that defensively, Newark Catholic is dominating the net. And you mix that in with kind of shaky service reception for the Zeps, and it's just making for a concoction of trouble for Shenandoah.
Another big hit at the net there by Leah Cottle. Well, you may have noticed at home, Newark Catholic has not done a lot of subbing. They've only rotated a couple of extra players, and several of these girls on the floor, front row and back row for Newark Catholic. Scarcella's serve. There's Leach at the net. It's blocked. And long hit in the open spot on the floor. And Newark Catholic right now, the girls at the net are seeing the floor well, and they're finding that open spot.
Well, if you're Newark Catholic's girls, you can see the back of the floor because you're over top of everybody else. They are tall.
Good run here by Scarcella on her serve. Crum sets Leach. Again, kept alive there. Excellent job by Newark Catholic. And from the outside, and it's down again. That's Sydney Gummer.
Set point now, Jeff.
Now the hard thing, if you're the Zeps, is to get yourself back in tune here after, obviously, you're going to lose this first set, barring some kind of major miracle. This is Scarcella once again. She's doing a nice run of serves. And again, miscommunication. The Zeps, everybody thought somebody else was going to set it, and it falls to the ground. Set one, Newark Catholic, 25-12. Back in a couple of minutes.
Coming up this week's Food Center, fresh lean ground beef, $4.29 a pound. Fresh fryer leg quarters, only 89 cents a pound. 5-pound bag of Michigan Red Delicious apples, $3.99. Ragu pasta sauce, 2 for $4. Borden cheese, 5 to 12 ounce package, 2 for $4. Pepsi Cola assorted flavors, $11.99 for a 24 pack. That's Caldwell Food Center Marathon Variety and Noble County State Liquor Store, Route 78, just east of I-77, exit 25. It's your one-stop shopping complex.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd, State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
It's Jimmy Silvas from Swimaway, wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. You ready for next summer? Have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away, hey, hey, hey!
We're back here, back here at Winland Gymnasium at Zanesville High School. Set one goes to undefeated Newark Catholic Green Wave by a score of 25-12. And the Green Wave will have first serve here in set two. Very key set coming up here for the Zeps, obviously.
Yes, Jeff, they proved that there is a reason they are undefeated. They played that first set really well. And as we talked a little bit about during the first set, it was mainly led by control at the net defensively, and then you mix in trouble with service receptions for Shenandoah, and that's obviously what allowed Newark Catholic to handle that first set 25-12.
And I think, too, again, I'm not a volleyball expert by any means, but when you've got multiple people that are able to attack at the net, which Newark Catholic did, what an advantage that is, because it doesn't matter who you're setting to, they're capable of putting it away. And the momentum was with them set one, but we know how quickly that can change.
Yeah, volleyball is a game of momentum. It's a game of emotion. So we're going to see if Newark Catholic wants to continue to ride the hot hand, or if Shenandoah has a little fire lit underneath of them, and will work on getting a comeback started here in the second set of the regional semifinals.
Yeah, Natalie Harrington will get the first service, and she's most service points for Newark Catholic for the year. She has the most digs, she has the most assists, and she is fourth on the team in kills. So obviously, she is a very good player.
The libero checks in for Newark Catholic. That's a number 3, Veronica Bailey.
Natalie Harrington is one of the seniors for Newark Catholic, and first set she played like a senior.
And here in the second set, I believe we are underway.
And that's a service ace. Well, stats I had said she had 99 aces for the year, so
if I could count.
You check your math on that, but that's.
They don't let me do much up there because they think I'm bad at it, but if I can do that, then it puts her at least at 100.
Well, she's now at 101.
I can't. That high of math, they don't let me do at all, Jeff. Once I get to a certain point, they cut me off, so I'm going to have to tap out on this one. I'll let you do the counting.
But obviously, her stats don't lie with two very good serves here to start this second set. This one kept alive. Hard ball on the outside, keeps it alive for the Zeps. Again, straight up over near the table. And that's a deposit there by Sophia Basham.
That was really good.
Off the set by Harrington.
Yeah, that was a good response to the service of Newark Catholic because Shenandoah did a good job keeping the ball alive. And unfortunately, you got to do more than just keep the ball alive. And Newark Catholic proving to be a pretty hard team to handle.
Ball close to being out, but played by the Zeps. And a big hit at the net. That's Sophia Basham once again. And quickly 4-0. All off the serve of Natalie Harrington. A knuckle serve. Hard to handle, and once again, another point. And I think Coach Gorowski is maybe trying to move some people around a little bit here. You're limited to what you can do, obviously. And ball is headed for the back corner. Big hit from the side and another score. That is Layla Jones.
Newark Catholic having the start to this set that, in this level of play, it's what you dream of, up 6-0, and Shenandoah having a tough time with a lot of service receptions right now. That's what's giving Newark Catholic the clear edge.
A little bit softer serve that time. Shows a little variety. And again from the outside, that's Sydney Gummer. And that's the first 7 points here of set 2 for Newark Catholic. Again, that ball first hit goes a little bit strong and put away. And I did not see for sure who made that hit at the net, but it was point Newark Catholic, 8-0, Green Wave, set 2.
It's your life, and you call the shots when the unexpected happens. You need a strong team to help you rebound. At the Crum & Richards Agency, they can assist you with selecting the best insurance for your needs. They're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. The ball's in your court. Give them a call at 740-732-2358. They'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Zep fans hoping that timeout will break the stretch here of Natalie Harrington, who this second set has served 8 consecutive points. Of course, she's getting a lot of help at the front row by her teammates. And finally, a ball finds the floor for the Zeps. Molly Van Fleet with the hit.
Yeah, the libero for Newark Catholic, had that ball, and the reception of that was kind of a struggle because she hit it one-handed and wasn't able to make a play on it, and obviously point Zeps.
Alyssa Crum at the service line here for Shenandoah. There's Van Fleet at the net, and there are 2 in a row there by Molly Van Fleet. And that gives the Zep fans something to cheer about. There's not a lot of opportunities at the net thus far for Shenandoah. Crum serve. Power ball to hit at the net. And this ball into the net.
If you're Shenandoah and you want to make a run, this is the time to do it, as you were down 8-0. 3 straight points for the Zeps, and going to look to bank off of a good service run here from Alyssa Crum.
And you've got your top server at the service line. Ball out of bounds. It was tipped. And that breaks a stretch of 2 straight service points there by Alyssa Crum. It's 9-3 Newark Catholic. Layla Jones at the serve. Ball hit at the net. Is blocked and goes out of bounds. Liberty McKee in to serve. And ball hits the net, comes back, that's point. And just not very many opportunities at the net here for Brenna Leach thus far.
No, when you're Newark Catholic and you know, like, hey, we have to contain number 7, Brenna Leach, because she's the power on this Shenandoah Zep team. And they have the height that they do, and they have the capabilities of Newark Catholic. It is very tough, not only on Brenna Leach, but the entire Zep squad. It is making it more and more difficult to get any points at the net.
Josie Hooks back in for the Zeps. That ball not handled there again.
Service reception, a big problem for Shenandoah right now.
And that is Christina Scarcella, who went on the nice run at the end of set 1. She's a lefty. And get the net, blocked at the net. And one of the few times tonight we've seen that play successful. Again, Green Wave tried to go again with that little one-handed push over the net there, but blocked at the net. And that makes it 11-5. Molly Van Fleet to serve. Ball goes out of bounds. That was Aubrey Winters with the hit for Newark Catholic. The ball goes out of bounds, so point for Van Fleet and the Zeps. A good serve, hard to handle. That one gets up in the rafters, and
that was hard to follow.
I would say didn't think that one was ever going to come down. And like you said earlier, that's everything looks so high.
I guess
as
it's
because
the
ceiling,
our vantage point. We are, probably
we're very high too.
20, 15 feet from the ceiling. We're up here in the crow's nest at Winland Memorial Gymnasium, and
good serve there by Van Fleet. Soft hit at the net. Big hit on the outside. Point Newark Catholic. 12-7 Newark Catholic. Gummer with the serve. Leach on the outside, kept alive by Newark Catholic. Brenna again. Big hit down the line. That's Natalie Harrington.
You can't hit a ball and place it much better than that.
13-7 Newark Catholic. Gummer on the serve. And soft hit, knocked back down and kept alive by Newark Catholic. And again, Leach had a chance for a hit and just not able to make connection.
A little bit of an early celebration from Shenandoah as they thought they had the point because it was tipped down, but they weren't out because it was on the ground. There was somebody down there to hit that, and it came away with a Newark Catholic point. So you were that close, and just didn't work out the way you wanted it to.
Again, good serve. They're hitting some open spots. Hit at the net there by Daly. That's Emma Daly's first kill. Normally we see her back being more effective as a server and as a setter.
Well, you'll never guess what she's doing right now, Jeff.
She's serving.
How'd you know?
A big hit at the net. Again, point Green Wave. That's Leah Cottle at the net. Veronica Bailey to serve, and goes out of bounds. Service error. I have that as the third service error. Liberty McKee checks back in. Hit, that looks good and is good.
Newark Catholic doing a really good job at placing that ball where there are no Shenandoah Zep defenders. Nobody able to dig that ball out or get it back into play. It's just kind of going where nobody else is.
Again, good service by the Green Wave, kept alive. Hit on the outside there by Jones. And hit by the Zeps, does not go over the net. Another point. And that takes it to 17-9. Again, ball not handled off the serve, but kept alive. And that's blocked at the net. Again, Newark Catholic keeps the ball alive.
It's a great effort by the Green Wave to keep that ball alive.
And blocked at the net, but it's going to go out of bounds. That will be a point. (17-10). Shayla Holcomb to the service line. That's right down the line. Good serve there by Holcomb. Holcomb serve against deep, and that's an ace.
They thought that was going out. It was placed beautifully by Holcomb.
One of the few times thus far we have seen Newark Catholic hesitate, and they thought it was going out, and it sure didn't. So two in a row there by Shayla Holcomb. This one's deep, and it was close to the line, but played. And there's a little two-handed throw over the net. Some former coaches I know tell you that a few years ago that would have been illegal, but it's not today.
Good serve by Green Wave, tough to handle for Shenandoah.
Again, the ball hits up top and goes down.
That's a very hard misdirection.
I think that's at least 3 times tonight we have seen the ball up on the ceiling and hitting some of the, the rafters.
And you'd expect that more, Shenandoah's gym, the hangar, that's much lower of a ceiling compared to here in Zanesville, but still happening at both locations.
There's another one up there and goes to the ground, and that's another kill for Molly Van Fleet. And the Zep student body comes to life now at 18-14. Alyssa Crum with the serve. Ball's blocked at the net, but goes out of bounds. And that will be Newark Catholic point. (19-14) Green Wave. Knuckle serve. Again, not handled well. Kept alive, but no, it's out of bounds. It would have been out of bounds with the pylon on the far side, so that is a point for Layla Jones of Newark Catholic, 20-14. And a service ace. Several times tonight, Brett, we've seen hesitation from the Zeps as far as who's going to make the play, and if you hesitate, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah, you're not getting the hesitation at Newark Catholic. It's almost like they know exactly what Shenandoah wants to do. And, if you do your scouting right, obviously if you can get a team's number early, then that's a big advantage for the other team. And with the mistakes Shenandoah is making, Newark Catholic has them right where they want them.
Set at the net in the middle, blocked, and that is point Zeps. Molly Van Fleet starting to be a little bit of a force inside. This will put the serve back to Shenandoah, and that is Liberty McKee. She's a junior. It's deep, and that ball's called in.
From this angle, Jeff, it looked in.
And that, the Newark Catholic fans obviously reacting and liking that. And not a lot of negative reaction here from Shenandoah, so I think it was in. Doug Patterson on the line making that call. This is back to the lefty serve by Newark Catholic. Leach gets one at the net and finally gets one to fall in as it's deflected out of bounds. Now we'll put Molly Van Fleet at the service line at 22-16. Again, not set at the net real well, but kept alive there by Newark Catholic. Leach on the outside and a score. Zeps still down 5. And a service error. And by my count, that is the first error of the night on the serve.
Yeah, and that's a big break for Newark Catholic, being that close to the service line. It looks like it's going to be a timeout.
And let's keep it here during this timeout then, and here during the second set, read off our sponsors one more time and thank those people for being with us tonight. Doan Ford, King Carpet, Center Drive-Thru, Sue Snowd State Farm, Caldwell Food Center, Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, and Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Thank you for being on board with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Newark Catholic set 1, 25-12, and Newark Catholic leading here in set 2, 23-17. And just every time that the Zeps get a couple in a row, and Newark Catholic's able to step up and make a play, and they have definitely forced the tempo all night.
Yeah, a quick update coming from South Webster and Valley. That game is now tied at 2 sets apiece going into the 5th, Jeff. So the winner of this game playing the winner of that game, and we should have an update within the next 15 points that just happened. That game will be wrapped up probably here in the next half hour.
Gummer with the serve. Hit on the outside. Again, kept alive. Crum sets it in the middle, and the ball is deflected inside. And again, not able to get the ball over the net. And that is another point for the Zeps, and this is set point for the Green Wave. Gummer to serve. Drops one over, kept alive. But again, an error. And just so few opportunities at the net for the Zeps. Just not able to control the first hits. And this one goes 25-17 to Newark Catholic, and they lead 2-0. Set 3 is next.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Hey, you know, Center Drive-Through Corner Route 78 and 147 can accommodate small or larger vehicles. Andrea is still selling all kinds of basic supplies you'd need, like milk, bread, pop, cold adult beverages, as well as tobacco and lottery tickets. But now she's also stocking fresh baked goods, deli subs, lunch meats, and cheeses, as well as locally raised beef items. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 8, Friday, 6:30 to 9, and Saturdays, 9 to 9. Center Drive-Through Corner Route 78 147, right between Caldwell and Sayersville.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Ready to start set 3, and basically it's now or never for the Zeps, trailing 2-0. And, you know, when I looked at the stats this week, you know, on Newark Catholic, and, you know, none of their stats as far as players at the net jumped out at me as some teams do. But it's obvious why nobody singly jumps out at you is because they have about 5 kids that can all play at the net. They're very balanced. You know, obviously a very good team. Set 3 should have Shenandoah starting with the serve.
Yeah, you said it exactly right, Jeff. You know, you're dealing with the problems that Shenandoah is facing, and we talked a little bit during that short break there about, you know, what they need to do better in order to come away with any semblance of points in this third set. Everything that they've been doing has just been counteracted by Newark Catholic.
Shayla Holcomb in as the libero, replacing Sophie McVicker to start the game, and a ball right down the left line, and I didn't see who that was on the far side, but it's a point Newark Catholic. It's kind of hard to keep track of who's hitting at the net for Newark Catholic because they have so many of them.
Yeah, Jeff, so many at the net, and not only so many at the net, but you can't just say, oh yeah, this person is their star player, so that's the one making the plays. No, it's all of them making good plays.
And again, trying to keep it alive there, and the ball goes out of bounds. And that's 2-0 now in favor of the Green Wave. Again, another service point there for Natalie Harrington. And she varies the speed on her serves. Hit the net and blocked to the ground. Another point, 3-0 Newark Catholic. That's one thing that's, you know, kind of, I think would be difficult is when the person's serving. Sometimes it's a line drive serve, sometimes it's a soft serve. The ball's was a little bit deep, but not deep enough. It's an ace.
A little bit of a miscommunication there from Shenandoah as well, which has happened multiple times tonight where, you know, you have 2 players back there and they just kind of let it go in between them and they're just stuck looking at each other.
That's at least the 3rd ace for Natalie Harrington. And there's a line drive serve. Harbaugh goes across court. Zeps keeping this alive. Van Fleet, the ball goes out of bounds. And when you're not getting a lot of opportunities at the net, it's almost like too much adrenaline there when you do get the opportunity. Harrington with the serve. The ball's blocked at the net. And again, the Zeps hesitate and kind of looked at each other and who was going to make the play. And nobody did. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it will be point Newark Catholic.
Yeah, the confidence from Shenandoah is definitely wavering as they're down 6-0, down 2-0 here in the third set of the regional semifinal.
In the two previous games we've covered, you did not see that kind of hesitation. Again, line drive, serve. Crum with the back set for Harbaugh, and the ball's deflected and knocked back over the net. Point. That'd be a block at the net. I think that was Layla Jones that made that play. And that is now 7-0 in set 3. Set at the net, Van Fleet, and again the ball blocked at the net. Back set, Harbaugh, and ball's out of bounds. Point. And that's going to be, that's 7 points in a row off this service by Natalie Harrington.
Yeah, they had issues with her earlier when she was having a good service run.
Yeah, I have her for 13 service points. And that one will not be the 14th one because it went out of bounds. And that is the 4th service error by the Green Wave. Maybe the only thing they've not done well tonight is, I'm sure they don't have 4 service errors too many times. Liberty McKee in. Serve. 8-1 Newark Catholic, set 3. Ball blocked at the net. Shot down the line, deflected, and not able to be played. (9-1). Layla Jones at the service line. Van Fleet at the net. Again, open area of the floor. They see the floor so well. And that's multiple times tonight. We've seen Newark Catholic take that second hit over and have a wide open spot in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, if you're the coach for the Green Wave, you have to be loving what your girls are doing. They're doing a fantastic job of being smarter, stronger. There's a lot of things that they're doing in this game that have been a very good positive. And Jeff, assuming that this set goes about how it has started, I would expect to see Newark Catholic in as far as the Final Four.
No question. Sophie McVicker back in for the Zeps on the front line. Van Fleet serve. Then blocked at the net. Blocked again. Blocked again. On the outside, ball is going to kept alive. Looked like that was going to be point Newark Catholic. Well, that will be. 11-2. The libero, Shayla Holcomb, returns for the Zeps. Christiana Scarcella to serve for the Green Wave. She moves over to the left. She's left-handed and has served well. Set at the net, and that's tough to stop. That's Leah Cottle, and she's just a junior. And number 4, who's had a nice night, Sophia Basham, is just a sophomore. And also number 11, Layla Jones, is just a sophomore. And that will go as a service ace for Scarcella as the ball hit the net and dropped down. 13-2. Let's face it, Newark Catholic just hasn't done much wrong.
They've had a fantastic game, not only serving, defending, blocking, receiving, you name it. They've just been on top of it all night tonight.
There's the ball again, Leach at the net. It's blocked. Kept alive. Nice effort there. Hit on the outside, out of bounds. Emma Daly just a little too strong. And boy, how tough would it be on these young ladies, to keep their composure out there when you know that you've lost the first 2 sets and you're down 14-2. And timeout Shenandoah. We'll take a break, be right back.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
We're at set number 3, all Newark Catholic, as they lead 14-2 after winning the first 2 sets, 25-12 and 25-17. And this is Christiana Scarcella, who's done a nice job serving. She had one of their higher serve percentages as a team for the year at 95%, and I can see why. And a little hesitation here.
Checking
an alignment.
Substitution maybe.
Or a substitution possibly. And I think the signal said we're all good. So after that brief delay, we're back to it. A deep hit play, that may have been out of bounds, but Crum with the set across for Leach. At the net. Brett on the outside. And a big hit down the line. We've seen Newark Catholic be very effective from this right front side. Again, Knuckles on the serve. And that's a big hit in the middle. And the score. And some of the few balls that have been able to drop in for the Zeps tonight. And set at the net. Big hit. And that is Leah Cottle. And what? I looked away. I missed that one. Daly with the serve. Ball's out of bounds. That is point Newark Catholic.
It looks like I had that backwards, so that was hit down the line. And I believe that was Emma Daly doing a good job getting out of the way of the ball. And that hit just going out of bounds. So that previous point to the Zeps, and obviously Newark Catholic doing a good job responding and going up 16-4.
Hit on the outside, hit. Again, there's a big hit at the net, but again goes out of bounds. 17-4. Then line drive serve. Set at the net. The outside by Crum, but kept alive. And that ball will finally hit the floor. Good diving attempt there by Veronica Bailey, but give that point on the kill to Brenna Leach. 17-5. Leach to the service line. Big hit on the outside, and that's another point there. Another kill for Natalie Harrington. They said out of bounds. Ooh. Newark Catholic folks do not like that. point Zeps. They'll try it again. Again, covering the floor well, over the net. There's the set, and again, how many times we've seen that tonight on the sets, just not in real good position and not able to make the plays. A lot of balls hit and go into the net on the Zeps side.
Yeah, hey, quick update. South Webster winning the game against Valley, that 3-2. They pulled away from that 5th set to claim their trip to the regional finals Saturday at 1 against the
down
winner
the line.
Yep. This game.
Hit down the line by Natalie Harrington, and that one is in. Yeah, record-wise, Lucasville Valley had a little bit better record, but those two teams did split during the season, but South Webster will be here on Saturday. Hit from the back row. There's the set on the outside, and a big hit right there. I'll tell you, Natalie Harrington and Sydney Gummer in particular have had huge games at the net. And that is 20-6. Veronica Bailey with the serve. That ball will go out of bounds. Looks like Natalie Harrington kind of came down a little bit of a limp that time, and she may have kind of landed a little bit awkward. Shayla Holcomb with the serve. And a hit out of bounds. And that will be point Zeps, 20-8.
The most effective server tonight for Shenandoah, Shayla Holcomb now at the service line.
That's a big hit, kept alive. Good set on the outside, and that's a point. Newark Catholic, that's Layla Jones. And that is 21, serving 8. Newark Catholic 4 points away from, they're now 3 points away from being back Saturday in the regional final. Timeout, Shenandoah.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
Wrapping things up here at Winland Gymnasium, Zanesville High School. Timeout by Shenandoah there. The one thing you want to see, by the Zeps, if you're a Zep fan, is to go down with a fight. And they have just been, I'm not sure what the term is, but Newark Catholic has been more aggressive and been better to net and has just dictated tempo the whole night.
Yeah, they've been in control of multiple aspects of this match from the beginning, including, as we've talked about throughout this entire game, defense at the net, serving, acing, you name it.
Set in the middle for Van Fleet, but it goes long, out of bounds. 23-8.
You name it, Jeff, it has been all green wave all the way.
And when the Zeps, I've had a chance for some hits at the net. They've hit a lot of balls either into the net or out of bounds. There's Van Fleet, and she gets one to fall. Back to Alyssa Crum at the service line at 23-9. Kept alive by the libero Bailey. A hit. That's Harrington on the outside, kept alive. And cross court, that's in. And it is match point for Newark Catholic off the Natalie Harrington serve. Bit of a knuckleball, push at the net, kept alive, and into the net, point Zeps. That'll bring Liberty McKee in to serve. Set at the net, blocked at the net. We've not seen that happen very many times tonight.
No, great defense. Honestly, as that would have to be the best defensive play Shenandoah has had all night when it comes to at the net.
There's the set. This is Van Fleet. It's blocked at the net. Point Newark Catholic, and that's the ball game. Newark Catholic stays undefeated, and they move to the regional championship game against South Webster on Saturday afternoon, and winning 3-0. Scores of 25-12, 25-17, and 25-11. We'll tally up a few numbers and be back with some final comments right after this.
Coming up this week's Food Center, fresh lean ground beef, $4.29 a pound. Fresh fryer leg quarters, only 89 cents a pound. 5-pound bag of Michigan Red Delicious apples, $3.99. Ragu pasta sauce, 2 for $4. Borden cheese, 5 to 12 ounce package, 2 for $4. Pepsi Cola assorted flavors, $11.99 for a 24 pack. That's Caldwell Food Center Marathon Variety and Noble County State Liquor Store, Route 78, just east of I-77, exit 25. It's your one-stop shopping complex.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
It's Jimmy Silvas from Swimaway, wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. You ready for next summer? Have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away, hey!
It's your life, and you call the shots when the unexpected happens. You need a strong team to help you rebound. At the Crum & Richards Agency, they can assist you with selecting the best insurance for your needs. They're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. The ball's in your court. Give them a call at 740-732-2358. They'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Hey, you know, Center Drive-Through corner Route 78 and 147 can accommodate small or larger vehicles. Andrea is still selling all kinds of basic supplies you'd need, like milk, bread, pop, cold adult beverages, as well as tobacco and lottery tickets. But now she's also stocking fresh baked goods, deli subs, lunch meats, and cheeses, as well as locally raised beef items. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 8, Friday, 6:30 to 9, and Saturdays, 9 to 9. Center Drive-Through corner Route 78 and 147, right between Caldwell and Sayersville.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
We're back here at Winland Gymnasium, Zanesville High School, where Newark Catholic moves to 24-0, and they showed why they're 24-0 with a relatively easy win over the Zeps, 25-12, 25-17, 25-11. Just, quickly mention a few numbers there. Newark Catholic had 3 different players with more kills at the net than Shenandoah did.
With one player.
Yeah, so
at this point,
three different players. Brennan Leach and Molly Van Fleet, who have done such a great job, only combined, by my count, for 15 kills, and they're usually good for more than that. They're averaging here somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 per set, and that's 15 divided by 3, so that's only 5 per set. But Newark Catholic had several players that excelled at the service line and at the net, and you have to give credit to their setters also on that, which we're not necessarily seeing who does all that. But the old saying, they're 24-0 for a reason, and they'll come back here, and we believe that will be here at Winland Gymnasium at Zanesville High School on Saturday against South Webster, who defeated Lucasville Valley 3-2 earlier tonight down at Wellston High School. Let's say just, again, serving, Christiana Scarcella, Leah Cottle, Layla Jones, Natalie Harrington, and Natalie Harrington also leading them with kills at the net, along with Sydney Gummer and Leah Cottle. I say Brenna Leach and Molly Van Fleet there. Just Shenandoah just couldn't run anything together off the service line, and just Newark Catholic asserted themselves early, and and they roll. And that it's disappointing, I know, for the Zeps, but they had a great year on that. And one last time, thank you all of our game sponsors: Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Crum and Richards Insurance Agency, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Doane Ford, King Carpet, Center Drive-Through, Sue Snowd State Farm, and Caldwell Food Center. Thank you, folks, for being on board tonight. And YRPtv will be with you again tomorrow night, covering the Meadowbrook Colts.
A lot of fun stuff going on to end out this week, Jeff. And, as you just mentioned, tomorrow we have the regional semifinal game between the MVL foes, Riverview Black Bears and Meadowbrook Colts. That'll be right here on YRPtv, YouTube, Facebook. If you have any one of those social medias, or yourradioplace.com, that's where we host all of our, not only, sports and video, but news, events, weather. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on that website that a lot of people don't know about. And, being the news and sports director up here at AVC, you wish people knew more about what we do, because, gosh darn it is a lot of stuff. But, we have that Thursday. And then not only that, we have 2 playoff games Friday that we're looking at doing on both radio and video. The Caldwell Redskins play at Grove City Christian. We're looking to have that on KC 105 along with video as well. And then the Philo Electrics travel to Circleville, which is funny. In terms of one way, we will have 2 crews traveling to Columbus, They will be playing games roughly about 30 minutes apart while they are an hour and a half away from our Cambridge location. But plenty of fun stuff, and then obviously the outcome of Thursday's game will determine whether or not we are back Saturday.
Still a lot of stuff going on here. Again, congratulations, Shenandoah Zeps volleyball. Finishing the year 21-5, an outstanding year. I know much disappointment in the locker room right now, but to make the regional semifinals, because at the beginning of the year there are 790 schools in the state of Ohio playing volleyball, 132 of them in Division 6, and the Zeps were among the final 16. So a lot to be proud of by the Shenandoah Zeps. That's about all I got, Brett.
Yeah, as you mentioned it, what a great season by the Shenandoah Zeps. They've had a couple of good rounds, and it's been a blast going with them. Whether it was the regional tournament, state tournament, just following the Shenandoah Zeps and doing these games with them, and obviously with you. I appreciate it. Megan Growalski, coach for the Shenandoah Zeps, doing a really good job with their squad, and you're hopeful they can continue that not only into next season, but for however many seasons to come, as long as those kids are enthusiastic and keep playing their heart out like they have the past couple of years.
All right, that'll do it tonight from Winland Gymnasium at Zanesville High School. For Brett Klein, I'm Jeff Stevens. Again, your finals tonight. Newark Catholic stays undefeated, 3-0 over the Zeps, 25-12, 25-17, 25-11. And Newark Catholic now in the regional finals. Again, great year for the Shenandoah Zeps. And good night and enjoy the rest of your evening.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.